I know your boy been missing, but I'm back to give you another news update and keep you live and entertained in these YouTube streets as these fools continue to entertain us day after day. But today, the slap of the day goes to these two brothers right here, man, Adam 22 and Luce Cannon. Now, we all know that No Jumper is the center of a whole lot of attention with all this Crip RICO investigation going on with Big U, as well as Luce Cannon got locked up. So why do we have these individuals telling you every step of the way what's going on with their case? On the internet, still on the show. You got Luce still calling into the show, talking about his case on the show over the jail phone. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
Like,
you don't want to believe it.
Now, I got to say, Wack does have some sense, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see Wack doing this dumb stuff like this, man. But, yo, keep it locked right here, man. We're going to get into this some more because some of this stuff, these dudes out here.
You see where I'm from, you don't do that.
It just don't make no sense, man. Keep it locked, man. Straight Shoota Podcast. Let's go. All right, y'all, welcome back. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dallas, a.k.a. 16 Pad Killer, and you're tuned in to Straight Shoota Podcast on Maschine Mafia TV. And this is a safe place for unbiased opinions based on facts. Hit that subscribe button, smash up the likes, and click that notification bell so you stay in the loop each and every time your boy drop these videos, all right? So we're going to kick it off with this brother this dude right here, Adam 22. Now, I don't know if this guy's making plays or if this guy's really serious about what he's talking about. Okay, so we all know, like I said again, to recap, No Jumper is under a lot of controversy and surveillance, as we all know, because members of their cast, from Brick Baby to Luce Cannon, have been picked up in a federal indictment with the Rolling 60s Crip gang. And it seems like to me that either some of these people got the IQ of a gerbil or they just don't get it, because at the end of the day, why are y'all still talking about an ongoing investigation? Not only that, politics in your own backyard. Like,
we don't do that.
And it's people on your show that done got picked up and you still talking. Like, look at this.
Date, tap in with so much for being fresh. If the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh, but I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the Good Diligent podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Lush and some surprise guests. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. 22ster has got a big update. Tap in with.
Now y'all see that? Now that's a brother right there. I can't even say brother, but that's a dude right there that's taking this thing for a joke on the expense and the end of the people that's getting slapped up. Now don't get me wrong, some of them dudes are stupid too for talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Running their mouth about,
y'all just don't want to believe
stuff
the
they
truth.
ain't got no business running their
You
mouth
don't want
about.
to believe it.
Running their mouth about. Like, why are you running your mouth about open cases?
Get mad at me if you want to.
That's a no-no. Ultimate no-no. You don't do that. Like some of these dudes deserve more than a slap, you know? You don't talk about hot ones on public radio, on internet, YouTube streets. You don't talk about that. Like, see, what I think some people is really starting to forget is that street stuff stays in the street, not on YouTube. I'm going to say that again. Street stuff stay in the street, not on YouTube. I get it, man. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want clicks and likes. We all on YouTube. We all doing stuff. You know, it's some content that, you know, you should just not, it's no harm in saying no comment. And if somebody get upset about that,
Too bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Get mad at me if you want to.
All you got to do is say no comment. You ain't got to comment on everything, you know? Just because you got an opinion don't mean it need to be heard all the time, even mine is included. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no exception to the rule. But you definitely won't see me up here throwing up the set, talking about set business or talking about gang business or street business or none of that. That's just stupid.
Time for somebody to say it.
You know? And then look at this right here. Look at this right here. Then he put this up on his I seen this on his feed. So now if the feds really come knocking at your doors, the first thing that's just like people that run to Facebook. You know, y'all put it in the comments. How many of y'all know, or it's always that same person? You know what I'm saying? Every time, you know their whole life story and you never even met them because every day they running their mouth on Facebook, crying.
You gonna tell me reasons?
Looking for reasons to just tell their business. Can't wait to get up there and tell you everything going bad, but portray like everything good. But see, look at that. So that's the trap right there. I'm going to be filling y'all in on what they wanted from me. Really? You think we believe that? You think we believe that?
Get mad at me if you want to.
Absolutely not, you know? And then just to switch gears a little bit, I hate to do it, but, you know, even this brother right here, Luce Cannon, like, he been doing some crazy activities. Like, bro, you in the county jail calling in to the same show where you've been spilling the beans and running your mouth on, and now you're indicted, but you still calling in to the show talking about stuff that you shouldn't be. Like, if them was really your homeboys, they should have hung the phone up or just asked you how you doing. You need some money? You need me to do anything for the kids, anything like that? Nah, these dudes worried about content. They ain't your homeboys. They ain't worried about your freedom. They ain't worried about your life, man. And I don't know Luce, you know, but that, you know, that's a no-no. If I'd have been in there and that was my homeboy, I'd have said, hey, yo, bro, switch gears or hang up on him. Like, nah, we can't. If that's your man, like, he ain't got no, like, I don't think he understand or he don't get it or he, you know, it ain't sunk in yet that he ain't going nowhere. Until it sink in that he ain't going nowhere, you know, most dudes is, I don't know his time resume. Maybe he done did a whole bunch of time. Maybe not. Maybe he's skid bitter. But, you know, until you know you ain't going nowhere, it ain't sunk in yet. He's still worried about what's going on the podcast. Like, that's crazy. Check this audio.
All right, and as far as so there's been a lot of speculation going on and stuff where people have been saying that that you tricked yourself going on these podcasts, and how do you feel about everybody running with that narrative, saying that motherfuckers got to just watch what they say on podcasts and shit like that?
Okay, listen, the stuff that was said on the podcast don't have nothing to do with a charge. I have a complaint. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a complaint, it's just hearsay. So
okay, so if it's hearsay, dump. Where do you think the hearsay came from?
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
when it comes down to the whole situation is who got caught up. Where in the paperwork it says Luce Cannon gets caught up by this and this and this and this, right? They have to use a complaint or whatever like that to pull me in, see? And everybody that used sex trafficking, right? When it came down to the girl Monty.
Trap Kitchen
right?
Monty.
Yeah. All that stuff is sex trafficking. That's something to do. When it came down to a murder that's on the case or whatever like that, don't have nothing to do with Luce Cannon. When they have something to do with gambling and the allegations and stuff, don't have nothing to do with Luce Cannon. You get what I'm saying? Even the case where the complaint with me and Big Useless, right? You have to understand it have nothing to do with nothing on the podcast.
Yeah. So you saying a lot of stuff you were saying you ain't really got nothing to do, but on the paperwork they are quoting shit that was said on No Jumper podcast though.
Yeah, of course, because people would take a part of a line or a story or something like that,
Yeah.
and then it could be something similar to it. It don't even have to be nothing that's factual. It don't have nothing to do with the same story. But if it's the same, it's like a coincidence. Somebody said this, and then somebody said this, and then I said this,
Come
and then
on, man.
it got to be that. But it really ain't none of that.
Well, what he fails to understand is that's all it takes to be all of that for them. So, bruh, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, man, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes brothers keep tricking themselves off the streets. Now you see that guy on the left, he got a business to run. If all else, you notice they came to visit him. They came to talk to him. You see that brother on the left? He was talking through the phone. He didn't get to stay. They didn't come to talk to him. If they didn't have nothing on him, then they would have came to talk to him. They didn't come to talk to him. So, like I said, man, I want this to be a teachable moment for all the youth out there that want to get in the YouTube world or just whatever you're doing out there, man. Be smart and be selective. Everybody doesn't have to know everything, and you ain't got to prove everything to everybody. Move how you want to move. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be, but just be smart about it because we're at a day and time now where it seems like crashing out is the new cool, and it's not, man. Like they giving out football numbers and dudes is going straight to that plantation for free. And I hate to see anybody get tricked off the street. People got families. But when you got people that really don't care or really don't have your best interests at heart, they just know they can use you for clicks and views and just turn up and get you to turn up and tell stuff that they know they should tell you ain't got no business talking about. And I get it. I know I'm going to get it in the comments. Oh, they grown. They went up there. They said what they wanted to say. Yeah, that's true. But it's certain places that you're not going to go and say those things. There's certain platforms that ain't gonna ask those questions. So you know where you're going, you know what's coming at you. You got to know how to be smart and conscious and wise and move correctly. But that's just a couple jewels for the day, man. Just drop them off, man. I'm feeling good, weather changing, birthday in about another, about another 35, 36 days, countdown. So, I'm feeling good, man. But y'all hit it up in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Is these dudes stupid or is this just a big play? You see he's setting up for the viewership. We're going to see how that go. And, but yeah, like I said, y'all put it in the comments, man. Is these dudes stupid or what, man? Because I just don't understand why these guys is accepting calls and still taking calls from people that got a pending investigation going. You done had pistol whippings and all kind of stuff going on outside of your warehouse, and you still carrying on like smiling and grinning, talking about I'm in a red sweat tech suit. Being funny. But that's y'all mans. Anyway, man, this Straight Shooter podcast, man. We out, man. One love.